it say tap for sound.
I know.
I'm supposed to say, y'all can hear me? Like, I'm not sure if I tap that, if y'all can hear me or not.
All right, hey y'all, hey y'all. So we are officially live. Okay, this is your girl JDB, the Mind Journey with Mango Talk, episode number 10. Okay, um, so we just flowing and we vibing, and I just want to say I appreciate everyone for taking the time to come here. We got some special guests. If y'all want to, y'all can go ahead and introduce yourself and show the
Facts.
world,
Ladies
tell the world who
first.
it is you are.
All right, so I'm Yumna, known as Yum Yum too.
Mhm.
hmm
And, I'm Millionaire, a.k.a. Millie Wonka. You know what I'm saying? The golden ticket in the building. Yeah.
Real shit, real shit. We got some comments in here. Hey, shout out to the Soul Group family coming in, sliding through. What's up, Papa
Salute.
OG? So, the topic up for today, you guys, is pretty much, um, Papa, you'll be able to join towards the end. You'll be able to join towards the end. Yeah, I got that part set up for us. All right, for group discussion, questions. Pretty sure we're gonna have a few more people sliding in here, wanting to see what we're working on. So, basically, today's episode is about the fact that a lot of us have kind of made it to a certain point of success. We have made it to a certain point within our career and whatnot, and um, it's like in real time. I think that we're seeing this. It's time for us to kind of bring people up to the space that we're in, but sometimes it could be a little challenging because we're perfecting our own craft. We're trying to become the master of our own thing and whatnot, and it's like, how do you tell someone, yes, I went through all of these travelings and all of these steps and these hurdles and trials and tribulations. So I want us to get into our story a little bit before we just start slapping advice around to people who really don't understand, like, what made it means, because that can mean something different to a lot of other people. And then on the flip side is like, there might be knowledge that we have that we could be given to others. So I want us to be able to share that through our experience that we were talking about. So first off, I'm just gonna ask y'all, like, what does made it mean to you? Because I could say that about someone else, and they would be like, "Oh, this means having a degree of some sort, and this means having these amount of accolades, and I have to have a car and a house, and I am successful." But we clearly know that that's really not the space of what that means. But I want y'all to just elaborate to y'all, to the audience, and also explain to, like, beyond what you think made it means, like, how do you know when you made it? Like, what was that point in your career where you were like, yo, okay, this is I'm on some next level shit and no one gets it, but I know they see what's going on. And I might not even get it either. Let me
Yeah.
take this banner off.
All right, so I'll start. So it's a tricky question because I feel like you can make it on a spiritual level, on a more physical level, etc., etc. But ultimately, I would say that if you know who you are, if you reach a point where you really know thyself, like from the inside, nothing really can shake you on the outside, and that's when, like, you really make it as a
Right.
first building block. But then after that, let's not get it twisted. I feel like, on this physical in this physical life, you will make it multiple times, so so you
Real
can,
facts.
yeah, for real,
Levels.
Yeah.
you can make it, as I said, like, who you are. Then you can make it as, I don't know, let's say you're an artist, and you finally get some recognition, or you're proud of what you do, but maybe in 10 years, like, making it will be something else. It will be like booking a huge show, for instance.
Mm-hmm.
But I think, it starts with the self, obviously. um, and when it comes to the career aspect, like, I would say that if you start to have exchanging with people, like, whether you're selling products or you're sharing your art, um, just having people, like, know who you are and what you do, or maybe like support. And these people are not necessarily your people. It could all it's often like strangers.
Right.
It's always like that.
They always
So
support you the most.
yeah, so like that's making it in a way. Um,
Hmm.
but I know it always changes. It really does, because when, for instance, like for me, like when I'll have like the house and like the
Hmm.
family and all of that, right?
Yeah.
Maybe I want to make it in a different way after, So it's hard to pinpoint, but I think it
I
always starts with this self.
I think that part you spoke on right then and there when you said people come out of nowhere. I think that's like a good point right there too. You know what I'm saying? Or
Mm-hmm.
like I guess in film they would say like a beat. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like a
Yeah.
beat in your personal story because you know that's just building up in any film. You know, you have that climax, you have the peak moment. You know what I'm saying? So I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure all of us. For me, I would say I think that's kind of what it feels like. So it's kind of crazy to see, like you said, people coming out of nowhere, and you're just climbing up your own mountain. People say, "Oh, it's lonely at the top." No, it's just like lonely through like the seasons and the struggles to actually get to that top part. So, if you guys have people
Yeah.
supporting you along your journey, you may not know who's watching you. So just keep showing up because you could really be helping someone like go through with their thing. And I also like to say like your purpose is connected to other people's purpose. So when you fulfill your purpose, like when you make your products, you may not know like how many people may be watching. Even for me, when I was looking at it, like I'm still gonna get the detox kit and everything, and I'm gonna get the lip kit because this is trash. You know what I'm saying?
Take
So,
your time. Take your time. But yeah, it's good to know that people are watching, and because I feel like you gotta
Yeah.
serve.
right,
So
right,
Yeah.
right.
So
That's why I
okay.
was
So
saying
right. Oh,
like,
I'm sorry.
oh no, go.
I was gonna say right there. I'm gonna chime in. Like y'all
Yeah.
really just taking all the points out my head. You know what I'm saying? Just
I
Okay,
putting it
know.
different ways.
okay.
Because the initial thing I thought when you said that was, knowing thyself, and knowing, not just but your purpose. You know what I'm saying? What you serving people. You know what I'm saying? That the lane in which you could serve others and shit like that. I feel all of that is kind of fulfilling that. I don't even like his saying made it really. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like you said, it's levels and this shit is kind of infinite too. You know what I'm saying? It's constant level up. But I would say a made it is kind of like when you content with, kind of what you accruing. You know what I'm saying? So like,
Right, right,
we
right.
as we making it, as we in that journey of making it, leveling up. We sometimes we tend to not look. You know what I'm saying? Not look back and see what we built. You know what I'm saying? Not look back and see what we accrued in that time of us with our head down and with that goal or that that desire to.
Yes. Oh no, what happened? Are y'all still here?
I'm here. Oh, it
Okay, you good? Okay, okay.
was probably a lag, I think.
I don't know. I don't like it, but whatever. Okay, we
Okay,
good?
yeah, somebody called me. My bad. My bad.
Oh,
My
Oh,
okay.
bad. But yeah, like I was saying, like the make it is a constant process of you accomplishing those things that you headed for, and then you also getting to look back and analyzing everything that all the people you served in the process, or the people that you know what I'm saying, all the things you've done, or the things that you may not have been paying attention to because you've been so in a in the zone of I gotta make it, or what I'm saying, I
Hmm.
want to get to that point. You get so much to that point to where you don't even realize, what I'm saying, you kind of made it already. You know what I'm saying, you made it 5 times already. You know what I'm saying, so it's like that, damn, like, so that kind of just building off that point. And well, my definition of made it, if I bought it personal, it'd be like, and another point y'all said was the support from others. You know what I'm saying? That's another thing that on a journey you realize, not, because you could validate, validation is coming from self is an issue. You do that first. But getting that support from others also kind of, give you signals that you doing the right thing. You know what I'm saying? Or that you on the right track. You feel what I'm
Directional
saying?
point.
You steering, you feel what I'm saying? So all that kind of, and it made it. And then I would say I brought that point up because my definition is kind of like, you know being able, being able to support off the support that I garnished. You feel what I'm saying? Off the support that I was able to, you know what I mean? Uh,
Right.
spark off the support I was able to spark. Maybe be able to support what I got, my fam. You know what I'm saying? But what I got going on and shit
Mm.
like that. And that's just a small definition because like we said, it's many
It's
make
many
it's. We got many
levels.
make it's, but that's one, and that's kind of like
Right.
the silver lining within all of them. You know what I'm saying?
I when you were talking, I was doing my best not to lose the point. It's kind
Uh,
of like when people say you didn't make it till you help someone else make it. You know,
Mm,
ooh.
like that
mm,
vibe. And also, I see a lot of times people will say, if your dream is not big enough for other people to be involved in it, then it's not a real dream. It's not a big enough dream. Like I think sometimes we don't think that we. Okay, now I feel like I'm kind of like on my tarot duties right now, and then doing this.
Go ahead, let
So
it
I be in
loose.
that same space when I'm doing like all the speakers and hosts. I used to wonder that when I was growing up. Side point. I used to be like, how did Martin Luther King give speeches? I was like, oh, that motherfucker was tapped in. Like he just knew what
Really,
this. That was
what
it.
to say?
Okay,
Word.
boom.
Go ahead though.
So getting off that point, maybe we'll come back around to that. Um, I think it's interesting how like sometimes, unfortunately, we don't get into it. Okay, maybe this also could be a side question for y'all if something pops up. How like you can y'all talk about those experiences? That's what I'll say. Can you guys talk about those experiences that you've had where, maybe you could give someone some advice because they might be right now sleeping on themselves? Talk about those experiences where, like, for a fact you did something, you accomplished something, but it's like motherfuckers, they want you to, like, have that moment. They try to rock you to sleep. They try to make you do the whoop de doo where you feel like you have to overly prove. Like, talk about, maybe getting out of expectations and what that energy looks like and where you just built the confidence up for yourself and was like, no, this is a pinnacle for me. I'm going to go at my own turtle race. I don't need to follow the social media, you know what I'm saying, type of shit
Yeah.
or whatever. Flow.
Yeah. So I
Um,
go. Oh,
yeah, go
oh,
first.
if you, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Go
I go
first.
first. Really, on hmm, how can I?
And do say whatever
Or
because I know I kind of bounced.
nah, yeah.
It was so
I'm putting them all
much.
together though. I'm putting them all
Yeah, yeah,
together. Really, I would say that shit. The attitude. Well, I could curse, right? Like you know what I'm saying. It's probably too late. I could
yes.
let it
Yeah,
loose though,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
I bet. That really, I feel like that initial attitude come from just really not caring about other expectations. Like it really like it sound that shit sounds simple and but it's really not. Like it sounds simple and it may sound like damn, is it really like it really is that simple, but like
Right.
actually acting that out is the kind of thing that we may have a challenge with. You feel what I'm saying? So I would say the initial thing is really just not caring and being I don't even know if I'm answering the question right, but really just not
No,
caring
no,
and just
that's it.
you know
That's how you
just
get out
being
that
bold
space.
and having enough internal fire passion to where I'll burn through whatever opinion you have. You know what I'm saying? Like you know what I'm saying? Like I'm
Yeah,
not caring what you think or damn, I'm a bask in this. Like yeah, this is a milestone I had. I
that's
don't
it.
give a shit what you think about it. Like you know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Yeah.
It's really that easy to me. You feel me?
I like how you said I'm a bask in it. Like sometimes just giving yourself acceptance to it's like if you're planting seeds. Sometimes we kind of look at our garden like it ain't shit, and that's the part where you made it. You have results. You have tended to something for so long. You've seen the full development, whether it's a project, an idea, an album. You know what I'm saying? We have to give ourselves that credit because that's where the different levels part comes in. Where it's like you become the person who just had a flower to now a motherfucking farmer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, Yamna.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Because like you know how sometimes you just don't start anything and sometimes you may feel bad about yourself, but like you started something and look, like you have growth and like the seeds have sprouted and you have like a few crops. But like in your head, you're looking at this heaven like garden. So you
Yeah.
may like, you know, focus on that so much, which is great because it's the vision, but
Mm-hmm.
you forget like that things are moving, like things are growing, you know.
Things are
Um,
happening. Yeah.
yeah, and like also
Yeah.
another thing, what you said, Millie, like it's like momentum, like where you're so like you became that person so much that like no opinion matters, especially if it's like negative. Like you're like, thank you for your opinion, but it doesn't mean you have to believe their opinion is true if it's negative.
That's true.
Or let it stop you, because you,
Or like
Yeah.
put your energy out, your fire out. I
yeah,
hate that shit. Yeah.
and
And
that takes a
yeah, go
specific
ahead.
strength, like and shield, you know.
Yeah.
And like self knowing, self belief, but like self knowing, or else it's so easy to be controlled, because
Yes.
then it plays on your mental, your emotions. But also another thing, like for me,
Hmm.
um like, you know, females, we can be more emotional and stuff, but sometimes like in whatever endeavor, like it doesn't matter, like I may feel like, oh, I don't want to do this anymore, or even if it's a passion, like it's not even
Hmm.
supposed to be a money maker, or at first I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm over this thing, and I'm like, nah, I'm taking breaks, I have these blocks, and someone hits me up like,
Right then and there.
no, a random person, someone from high school, they're like, yo, I dig what you do, never stop, B. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
And
Real talk.
they're like, you inspired me. I'm like, me? I'm like, yo, my shit's like my beats, you know. I'm like, that don't even sound good yet, like to me, right? And because I'm always comparing and like striving to be better. And like a random person, whether they're younger or older, to them I inspire them.
Right.
And like I cannot
Mm.
be selfish and disregard that part right there, because
Yeah.
it would be weird. Like someone is taking time out of their day. They're like texting me or calling me, and they're sending these like intentions towards me,
Yeah.
and they're reaching out. And if what type of person would I be if I just disregard that and like be selfish in that moment and just be like, oh nah, like,
Yeah.
oh, like don't take the compliment too. Like they're reaching out, they're happy. For them, you're good. Like for them
Right.
in that moment, you're inspiring. So if you don't bask in that too, like, you know,
Yeah.
it's not good, because you'll just end up like always yes, striving to be better, but like comparing or like trying to reach, it's like a rat race in a way, reach this thing, but like you'll never really reach this thing, because when you reach it, you'll want more, and you'll want, you know, you have to, yeah, like see your growth really.
It's like
Yeah.
those peaks we were talking about,
Yeah.
getting to the top of your mountain. Like you, in one sense, you can't. Like I love what you said. It's like in one sense you can't bask too long, or you're just gonna stay in like one of those
Yeah,
little plateau moments within that larger mountain. But then at the same time, it's like you got to keep going, because just you climbing, someone might be at the beginning of their journey and they just need your representation. They just need to see. They just needed to see you do something. You know,
Yeah.
whether they're from your online community or you're in your local community watching your process, or even your familiar, I want to say like family, but familiar
yeah,
family community, because
Mm.
there's a lot of craziness that comes with that, and feeling like you made it with the
Yeah.
family side of things, you know, when you
Yeah.
decide to like choose yourself and become a chosen one. So a lot of people don't understand that, you know, they get, like you said, selfish with the spotlight, selfish with, you know, the whatever God-given gift they even have, maybe even misuse it or abuse it in some sense. And it's like it's bigger than you. Like when you feel like you get to that point where you made it, it's really not even about you anymore. It's like, I'm just here for God. Like, what do you need me for? You need me to
yeah,
Yeah.
drop a song? You need me to do
Right.
this? You need to go?
Yeah. And building off that, I feel like I know that's a real strong point right there is, you know, um, understanding or understanding that, like I said a bar. I came up with a bar the other day on a feature. You know, I'm not gonna say too much, but on a feature, I said, you know, didn't think didn't think I could inspire with my aspirations. So every milestone is a laceration in haters' hearts. You know what I'm saying? Because in a sense, like Yam said, when you just, you know, you may not, you may be telling yourself like, damn, I'm not feeling this show. This shit not working. Like, oh, what's going on? You know what I mean? Do you have that person hit you up like, yo, yo, I'm about to go, you know what I'm saying? Yo, I got a stew session, you know what I mean? Or I got a stew, I seen you post that, I'm about to hit the stew, or I seen you got this going, and they just hit you, essentially saying like, damn, you inspire me. So like realizing that, like, and just seeing that, unfold over time, like, getting them, and just me being on my journey too. It's not like to me, I don't be doing nothing special, you know what I'm saying? I just be expressing myself, but to other people, that's like, damn, son chasing his dreams and that inspired him. You feel what I'm saying? Like that right there. I just had to highlight that pinpoint, you know what I'm saying? Because that's a great
Yeah.
point that y'all brought up. No cap.
No, this is such beautiful energy. And I like when you talked about like about the comparison thing, because sometimes I think people swoop themselves out of their like beautiful, like when I see you, I like, oh my god, divine feminine reflection. Like I just get like, what is that word? Enamored. See, I'm coming up with words I don't even typically use.
Nah,
I
you
get like,
use it right. Yeah.
there's something that happens when even you, Millie, like when I see y'all post or y'all do something, it's like a reflection, like I'm being beamed with the spotlight. Like you can do this, and look at this beautiful woman, look at this amazing man, like look at these people, look at these other children of God doing their fucking thing. Like no gas up, just like real talk, because sometimes you don't get that from your family. Like you said, you need to hear certain validation, you need to hear feedback, you need to hear criticism, like how can I make this better. But sometimes we'll get criticism for people who don't even care about our thing, and then they'll try to deter us.
That's
Or
true.
we'll get lost in the sauce of the compliment side because we're not getting that structure from our support system of like, okay, what we finna do next? Fuck that last thing you did, that was dope, but let's do this because this is even cuter, so I just want to say, like, if you guys are out there, another point let's hit on is, you got your thing, be that inspiration, be that light, because you never know who you're leading out of like a really dark space. Like I don't even think I would have got into music. Music saved my life. Like I would not be here if it wasn't for music. Like that was the shit that made me be like, Mom, I'm gonna change the world, and I don't know how, and I don't give a fuck, and you gonna see me be on stage, and like, so like I just want to say thank y'all for not doing that to yourselves, like not dimming y'all light, not comparing yourself, not trying to be like anybody else, because that's a mountain in itself. Like I know for me as a Black woman, even though I'm not Black, y'all want to know what? I'll show y'all some shit that's Black. Okay.
We're top 10.
Right. Like don't do that. So, but I know people be watching this from different perspectives, so I be hitting on points and stuff. But for me, it's like I have to go hard now too. Like even wearing my natural hair out more often sometimes too, and different things. I always used to think about that. Like there's nobody who looks like me who's doing certain things. There's nobody who was looking like me doing tarot, which was a big reason why I got into it, because it helped me just structure my crazy downloads or whatever, give some kind of clarity, so I'm not looking like, oh, she just conspiracy theorist. And me not comparing myself gave me a unique light, you know what I'm saying? And it's giving you guys a unique light that people cannot see if you dim it. So if you're out there kind of reconsidering, should you change or be it, baby, you're beautiful just the way you are. Like we need you just how you are, you know what I'm saying? And when I see y'all, like that's how that's what it does for me. It gives me a deeper level of self-acceptance, kind of like that graduation energy. Like I am seen, I am noticed, and I'm on my way. Like I don't need 1,000 likes or whatever, or even any externalized like compliment, whatever energy, to know like what I'm doing is lit. And so you just want to make sure you get to that point with yourself, so that it doesn't matter what someone else is doing and where they're at on their mountain. You love and respect your mountain, because that's going to be like the greatest, most fulfilling, like confidence boost you could have ever needed, to be like, oh yeah, I'm that motherfucker. Fuck what y'all talking about, you know?
Yeah, because
that's the gas right there.
You can't be living the lie, like living someone else's mountain, or like a fake mountain. Like you'll never even be happy from like the inside, or even feel or like build confidence and self-esteem off of what you accomplish, and that's where like fronters and fakers, like no offense, but hey, I gotta call stuff out too. Like that's where like they're wrong, and that's where like they're deceiving the masses too. And I just no, but for real, like to build on what you said, like that's where like a lot of people may feel down on themselves, because a lot of the fronters, right, it shines, and when it shines too much, it's
Mm.
probably fake. Okay,
Right.
like, and if it's too like stage and they seem to have this and that, like sometimes it's not what you
That's
think it is. You know, there's like
yeah,
some dirt in there, and
exactly.
yeah,
Yeah.
so and even me sometimes I'm like, because I be going hard like in whatever I do, like I'm very dedicated to like my missions and um like my truth, and like being about truth and stay authentic um rather than like polishing too much, right? I
Right.
want to
Yeah.
show like all aspects of my being, but I cannot just put myself in one box, even the box that could benefit me more, like
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
more like physical stuff or this or that, or like don't talk too much as a woman because it's not attractive.
Active.
you you know,
Yeah.
and it'd be hard sometimes on me, but like I'm happy, and like just to build on what you said, like I'm happy that we're not giving up, you know,
Right. Right.
and we probably have our days,
Oh
but
yeah. I have my days
yeah,
though.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's a fact. I
Yeah,
got
and
you know,
thank you
yeah.
for the compliment too. Like you're giving us like all these compliments,
Nah,
and
that's a
to
big
like,
fact.
yeah,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
you're very consistent with whatever you do, and like I feel
Simple.
like you know how people sometimes are so quick to like call out the negative, but like we forget to sometimes we forget to like push the positive too. But like
Yeah.
I be seeing it all the time, and I'm in my head like I'm talking, right? I'm thinking it, but I'm like, yo, she's so consistent. Like she's always like,
Yeah.
boom, 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 next,
But
like
Fact.
always. So
And I
that's
like,
really,
yeah.
it's like
Fact.
a personal curriculum that I've created. Like I feel
but
like God
it's
gave me the curriculum.
good.
Like this is you. It's long. But that goes back to what we just said. You know, like I can take that, but then it's like I know y'all feel me. It's like to a certain degree, you don't even you like the compliments, but it's just like directional points. Like okay, I need to stay here, and
Facts.
I think Millie, I hope we didn't cut you off. I feel like you had something to say.
Nah, yeah, I
Yeah,
got a couple
yeah.
things to
Yeah,
say because y'all letting it
we
go.
was
I'm like,
going
yeah,
in. Yeah.
yeah, and I'm doing my best to keep the points too. You feel what I'm
Well,
saying?
women,
So
we can go a million points and
nah, yeah,
combine all the
that's why
points.
I'm like y'all rock. You feel what I'm saying? I'm like
But
y'all
we
rock.
but we
But
need the structure of the masculine. Like,
nah,
hey,
exactly. That's why I'm so. I got 3 points, and I'm hoping I
okay,
could pinpoint them all. The first one that's coming to mind, is just seeing what y'all doing, what what the whole soul group doing, what everybody doing, seeing y'all, you know, whatever y'all doing. I just feel like that's a win. Now it's a win for y'all, but I just get that, like you said, you get to see like, damn, you shining, like you know what I'm saying. It's a win for me too. Like that's how I be feeling about it. Like damn, I see somebody get somebody on some big show or they doing something
yeah,
or a new product or something like that. I'm like, damn, that's cold. You know what I'm saying?
that's
That's
how I
cold.
feel when I
That's a
see
win
y'all.
to me. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like I
Mhm.
love all that. You know what I'm saying? So that's one. Two, bring coming back to the what you brought up what you brought up earlier about not being uh damn you
not being like hard on yourself or other people's
yeah,
validation.
and like letting
Or,
right, yeah, and
yeah,
letting other
yeah,
people validation
like
that
that watered down energy.
boom.
Yeah,
I feel like in the kind of key to that is what bringing it to what Yam said and which I was talking about is like living or trying to live another life and trying to
yeah,
trying to do something that's not you and just be and not be yourself right there. Like when you're not being yourself and you're trying to uh, you got your own expectations on the life you trying to live. That's only going it's only going to come off as not like not authentic, and it's gonna look to other people as if what I'm saying. Damn, I had the point in my head. I don't want to switch it
Disingenuine.
off.
like
Yeah, and
yeah,
it's
like
not.
inauthentic or something.
Yeah, boom, boom, boom. So like the fire the fire that you got in yourself,
Oh yeah,
like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
that's if you being your authentic self and you're not hiding nothing and it ain't no, oh, I'm trying to be like this person or this person really, you feel what I'm saying? Then it really it's not no thing that get you too out your mode or too down or no shit like that because you being yourself. You feel what I'm saying? You're not really trying to fulfill the shoes of or the path of another or trying to be something else that you are. So hanging with other people or whatever the case is going to deter you from opposed to if you that internal fire and you like, man, shit, I'm myself. I don't give like what you telling me, I'm myself. Nobody can tell you anything. You know what I'm saying?
Really, really, and that's how you really know you made it. It's like it's really just that point of like art. Like I was talking about the curriculum. I feel like God gave me, like whatever. It's that point when you just like I know what I need to do. It's just I need to stop listening to everybody else about how to do that shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's so harder said than done. But man, it's kind of like fuck it. Like at that
Yeah.
point, that is your whole levels mastering OG moment. Like, what
Yeah.
you gotta say, y'all?
Because I've been like everything. I'm like I I be wanna I be wanting to
Oh,
talk, but nah,
okay.
it's because like you're like F it, right? It's my mission. So you're like it's like jumping. You know, you're jumping. You're flying. You're you're bursting through this wall and you're putting yourself out there fully, um like wearing like the your mission cape, you know, but
Yeah,
it's not
yeah,
always
yeah.
easy because you're still like, you know, you still were brought up a certain way and you're still putting yourself out there, and you know, you still do your regular stuff and run into like normies and like you know, people
Normie.
you know
Yeah.
from school or whatever, like, but yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's it takes a certain level of courage, I think, but
No, that's
um
it.
yeah.
That's
Thousand.
that strength card. That strength energy. You know,
Hmm.
'cause that's like being in a crowd of 100 people and being like, I don't give a fuck what y'all think. I'm that motherfucker. Like you gotta kind of get to that point. You know what I'm saying, Millie? When
Yeah.
I hear your music, that's how I see your music. I'll be like, yeah,
Shit, you know
he's
what I'm
that
saying?
motherfucker.
And
Like,
even I'm still working on it, but even still, like, you know, I've 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 came to appreciate that growth that in myself, because I'm not really that. I was never really that type of person to really like put myself out there and really, but when I came, you know, started really, you know, honing in on self and understanding certain things and gain that confidence within myself, that's when I, you know, even now, like you know, like every day I see it, it's just kind of, you know, getting comfortable and really just, you know, living my, again, you know, not trying to be somebody else and living my path and just being so comfortable with myself. It's like, you know, I don't have no choice but to be like, you know what I'm saying? I don't have
yeah,
no choice but to, you know, kind of,
can
and, you
I?
know, push that off. I'm glad that's how you know, receive that.
I want to ask you, Yam, about your products, but Millie, can you go? I'm gonna come back around. But Millie, can you go deeper in that? Like, can you talk about? Like, I almost saw like your younger self. Like if it was a young boy watching this and shit, like, kind of what's some points you could tell? What's a story you could tell him right now, like about your experience dealing with that? Because
Yeah,
that
no
kind of
cap. So
also
we gonna,
goes
yeah,
back to like self-esteem issues and realizing you are not where you came from, type of vibe, and
mm,
making sure you have the right
yeah,
mentors around. Because sometimes
real
that's the reason
talk.
why we don't push. You know,
Yeah. So
yeah.
wait, so wait, so you know, with the book, I'm gonna get a young, and I'm gonna on the synopsis, it's gonna say a bar. You know what I'm saying? I'm a rapper, so you know I gotta refer to the bars I write. You know what I'm saying? I say, um, grew up from this, or head is always the highest. I grew from the shyest, and now I'm rocking center stage. Like I used to, you know, I was a quiet, shy kid. You know what I'm saying? Like I was the only child for, you know, a good portion of my early life. So, and you know, with a cool rough upbringing, I was just always, you know, I didn't know how to express myself. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't really an expresser. Like I ain't know how to make whole friends, or you know what I'm saying, shit like that. I ain't really know how to go about making friends. You know what I'm saying? Like putting myself out there. You know, I didn't know what I wanted to do, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I would hear, oh, I want to be. You know, you hear the generic, oh, I want to be a cop. I want to be a fighter, which is not wrong. You know, you do what you feel, but you know, hearing that and then hearing just, you know, even younger. I look back at my younger self like, damn, that's why you wasn't, you know, you wasn't going for none of that shit. Cause just seeing who I am now and just seeing the streaks in that of me, you know, when I was younger, that shit is just crazy. But I say, you know, really, you know, being as time progressing, you know what I'm saying? You just kind of things. I kind of want to bring a specific. I'm trying to think of a specific example to bring it to.
I guess like a moment, like a dark,
Like
like
a
a deep moment where it was like you got to do this shit for your future self. You know what I'm saying? Like,
boom, yeah. I say, all right, boom. I
or
started
maybe
in
something in relation to your music. Like, is there a song? Right. Well, you just did it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Nah, I know what you're saying. Boom, I say it like this, like, fresh out of high school. I came out of high school a couple, a good amount of years ago, you know what I'm saying? And just having that gray area to where, I'm grateful that my parents and shit, they wasn't too, how everybody get them pressures of you going to college, what you doing, da da
Yeah.
da da, what's going on, da da da. So I say in that gray area, in that if you want to refer to that as a dark time, it's kind of just like,
Ooh, Dark Night of the Soul. That's what it
you know
sounds
what I'm saying? And that shit is constant, but even still, like
like.
having that and just hearing other people's, oh, you should do this and you should do this and I think you doing this, and then kind of you trying different things and all that. I really say that shit. Hmm. I really say just
Go there.
it really come from like courage, like y'all both brought up courage. It's like really wanting to. Cause you could be aware of something, but if you're not acting on what you're aware of, then it's just kind of like,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? It's no point. So being aware
Dives.
that, like, damn,
Ooh.
I got, something. It's something deeper here. You know what I'm saying? Like having that spark and not, hearing this external shit. Yo, do this, go here, do this, try this, get a job, work here, work here. Hearing all that, and I'm gonna get it even more personal. Like my little brother, he kind of going through this right now. You know what I'm saying? He going through that gray area to where it's people telling him, yo, do this, yo, do this, and he
Right.
coming to me like, yo, I ain't trying to, yo, bro, like da da da, and I'm grateful to tell him like, yo, I just came, yo, bro, just listen to what I'm telling you because I just came from that, and it's really about you know doing what you want to do. It get to the point of learning yourself enough to, okay, this is something that I would like to do. You know what I'm saying? This is something that I could see some longevity in, that I'm passionate about. You know what I'm saying? But it take shit it takes shit that come from you. You know what I'm saying? Because somebody could tell us, oh, go to cop. This is as an example. I don't have nothing against none of this shit I'm referring to.
Yeah.
This is just personal. So it could be it is to go to college, right? And you go to college and you don't get shit from college. You know what I'm saying? Like, boom, but you do something, and it's in this examples that is almost every day. You know what I'm saying? People with degrees, they come across something, that a hobby or something, or they hone in on a hobby or a passion that they had when they was younger or prior, and they like, oh shit, I really could dig this. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
they really focus, lock in on that, and then it's like, oh shit, that shit was pointless. You know what I'm saying? So I would say, like, really, the earlier I came across, I kind of stood on my square, stood on my 10, and was like, nah, I'm gonna figure out what I want to do. I'm not gonna listen to nobody else. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just come, and whatever it is, whatever it is, I'm gonna do. I'm gonna stand on it. When I
Like, you're
came
gonna
to
fight
that
that
point,
good fight.
you feel what I'm saying? And when I came to
Yeah.
that point, it was just kind of like, then really nobody can tell you, Bill, going back to, in a good conversation, you're having a good conversation when you're able to refer back to prior points. You know what I'm saying? That's what we've been doing. So referring back to what we talked about before, that's kind of when you kind of, on the up and up, or you on, one of the maidens, or one of the, you know what I'm saying, you inspiring somebody to where you just kind of standing solid in your square. You like, nah, I'm hearing what you're saying, but I think this is what's best for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm
Right.
not down to what you're saying, but this is what's best for me. And then people, after a while, people start to realize, like, oh shit, that was the move. You know what I'm saying? That was, I like, you look way happier doing that. I'm proud of you. I'm happy for you. You know what I'm saying? What can I do to help you? You know what I'm saying? And it get to that point, then that's another made it. You feel what I'm saying? That's another made it. What can I do? The same motherfuckers, yo, do this, do this. Oh, what can I do to help you? What you need help with? You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
Yeah.
that's really, I say, really just, taking that, really embracing that dark night, them dark times, them great times where you confused and not sure what to do, embracing that. You know what I'm saying? Because out of that, you're gonna find those sparks. You know what I'm saying? Oh, okay, I fuck with that. It might be 4, 5, 6 sparks you got. You know what I mean? One might burn out, the other might burn out. 2, 3 might be going. One might be really going to, AKA one might be, sufficient enough for you to pay your bills. So you focusing on that spark a little more than
Then you
a
got
little more than
friends
the other
come
ones.
with their
You feel what I'm saying?
lighters.
But
You know
they
what I'm
all,
saying?
you feel what I'm saying? Make them, and you feel me? Somebody bringing lighter fluid, somebody bringing the
That's
shit
all
you lighting
you
up.
sometimes.
You feel what I'm saying? All of that.
That's it. That's it.
All of
I
that.
love how you went deep in there. Like, you talked about your personal experience and stuff, because like this shit is happening in real time. Like, to someone who may not really be you know, when you get that tunnel vision moment and you really in it, it's like to some people, you don't know what you could have said right now, that someone might be in and out that tunnel right now. Whereas like they don't know if they want to give up. They don't know if they want to stay and see the in temple amazing paradise life
Yeah.
for themselves.
And I hate, I'm working
And
on cutting people
whew,
off, but it's just something I really want to say too is
mm-hmm.
I appreciate how, because I don't be, sometimes I don't, I'll be like, damn, I went through that, but it's cool. You know what I'm saying? I know other people, but hearing you say by you saying this, other, people that's in that tunnel or that's just looking, parent certain ways could use that. I just appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes I be needing the reminders that, whatever I'm going through or shit, travels I went on, spaces I went, and sharing that, other people could use that as well. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate that. I mean to
Yeah.
cut you off, but I just had to stop. I
No,
had to
you
stamp it right
flowing.
there
Like
because it was there.
that's
Feel
all I
me?
want. I just want us to flow and like just realize we already made it. Like even the people who watching, y'all probably already made it. You just need the fucking confirmation reflectional video so you can stop second guessing and
Yeah.
doing the oofaloo on the
One more too, one
merry-go-round.
more,
Like
and
just
then one more,
stop.
and then y'all could chop it up.
No,
You know what I'm
flow.
saying?
Like don't
So I was
apologize for being
so
you.
shout out. I'm not sure, so I can't see who in the chat, but shout out Solar System, my boy JA. We was having this. It's funny because we last time we was on the phone, we was kind of talking about it. We was like, damn, like we, just giving our goals, aspirations, and like, damn, like why, or overall as a team, like, damn, why we not here yet? You know what I'm saying? It got to the point where we had this exact point where it's like, yo, bro, we gotta look back at what we did, what we got built already. You know what I'm saying? It might not be them skyscrapers that we know we gonna be building one day, but look at these shiny ass beams that we installed. You know what I'm saying? Look at these floors that we got. It's still like, we still in that building constantly. You feel what I'm saying? Still in that we making it, but we made something along the way. You feel what I'm saying? We making it, but we made something along the way. Word.
That's it. That's it. You gotta just use everything you learn for where you're trying to go. Like that's it. Because you can't take none of that shit with you, and none of it's gonna matter in 30 years. Your shoes, your clothes, whatever material success.
Nothing.
I want to shift into y'all like just asking you, like, how do you feel about everything that we're saying and whatnot? And even when we talk
Oh,
about your products, like,
yeah. But first, like, to touch back just quickly, like,
okay,
it is very true that everyone will try to tell you what to do, or if you present something, they'll try to tell you how to do it.
yeah,
And most of the time, the people are not qualified, and they
to
just
tell
speak
you,
fears into you all the time, and like what could happen. No one ever. It's really rare, like maybe 1%, even less, like that. Someone will really know what they're talking about. They're in the field of whatever you're trying to do, and they're like building with you, and they're providing resources and the help you need, not what they think you need. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
oftentimes everyone, just even family, friends, whatever, people projecting fears, and
yeah,
um people like I mean, if you have, it's a saying, you probably heard that before, like if God gave you the vision, if you it get God gave it to you a certain way, it's doable. It didn't, he or God, whatever, didn't give it to someone else the way you see it. So like don't even bother
Mhm.
trying to explain too much. And that's where like it's good to speak about what you're doing, what you're gonna do, but you may also realize that a lot of your circle, like friends in your circles, people may not even have the same way of seeing things, and that's also a mini heartbreak too. That's when you realize, like, damn, like even my closest friends, like, we're not the same, and it's okay. You're not supposed to be the same, but you
yeah,
really have to, yeah, embrace your individuality, and like it's your own like path, which could be scary a little sometimes, because you may think it's a lonely journey, and it is in a way. Like you will have like growing pains. It's inevitable, like adversity, you have to go through it. But
Yeah.
right.
we can do it together, though, if we have like beautiful goals, and that can like merge together as well. Like we can do it together. But yeah, I wanted to touch back on that. And you asked about the products, right?
Yes, yeah. Cause I had a question. It was so crazy how we was talking about that dark night of the soul and the tunnel vision and all that energy, and then somehow I started like getting a little
Me.
bell like about your products and just like maybe some of the spiritual journeys or travelings you could have went through, and then you kind of started talking about it too. Like sometimes I had to realize, for many of us, we really are like OGs. Like we have these big, huge pinnacle moments. We may not give ourselves credit, on the physical, certain accolades. Some people think you made it because you got a blue check, but now you can buy them shits. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Some people feel like, but we, I, I feel like when you get to a certain point in life, you stop seeing all the 3D shit and you understand success is like a real deep internal thing. And so when I even did this episode, like I didn't know the topic was going to be the topic, but once I got it, once I spiritually got to that space, which I think is important for a lot of people, is when you're in that space and you'll know when someone's not. So it's like you don't want to. It's like find a way to not take on that pressure, that esoteric pressure or whatever from other people, trying to figure out how you got to that space, because you can only get to that space through going on your individual journey, through going
Yeah.
through the scary moments, through being like, what you were talking about, even with just to go back to like a question in mind, with the products and people not knowing what the fuck they're talking about, but they want to give you their 2 cents. It's okay, that's fine. Sometimes people have good ideas or whatever and stuff, but it's like you, at some point when you're in that space, just to maybe help somebody get their mind, like just know that they already there. And what you have to do is like we said earlier, you have to protect that space. It's like a bubble, it's like a baby. It's like, now that you have this pinnacle moment, you must protect it at all costs. No one's going to do that for you. People who try, you already see how many times people try to like abort your dream before it's even created. So once it's like you made it, the levels part is you realizing like, oh, I am the OG of this lane. Now, if somebody sees me tending to that garden, they eventually want to help me start pouring out new seeds and being a part of the process. That'll come along this journey, and then that's what we was talking about before, with the peer pressure and your brother, and then other things with people talking crazy. You will begin to see over time, like, okay, I can. This is sound advice. This person is giving me $1 million ideas. This person, hater, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just start to like figure out where you're going from there. So, but you don't, if y'all having fears trying to figure out who to listen to or who's there for you and who's not, sometimes you just gotta look at their fruit and look at if they're as focused as you, and don't judge. Like, they might be in that part of their phase where they're trying, like understand your season, understand like where you are on that mountain. Sometimes
Yeah.
that's where the comparison, the jealousy, and the other energies try to swoop in and throw you off, and you might be right there, but you think about if somebody from 5 years ago see you now and you made it big. That is not important. Like, you need to like,
Yeah. Now, what you
like,
said makes so
or your
much
parents
sense.
approval, like if they care. So I guess with your products and stuff, like, I want you to talk about like your journey with them, like your experience creating, because it's like you're giving your whole life, just as you would to an album. You're giving your whole soul and energy to that. So like, what really got you started in that work? And can you tell us
Yeah,
a little bit about your story?
good. Thanks for asking. I feel like whenever someone asks me, like I start talking and then like later on I forget. I'm like, no, I didn't
It's
even
a,
say
yeah.
that part, but um to make it short, because I'm a talker too. So like for me, initially like the products were just like a way to like get people who may not um be on a certain level yet of like healing or spirituality, to like get into like more a holistic lifestyle, because the real goal is to not just it's not just about the topical stuff, right? It's about like a spiritual nervous system healing, like the elements first, really, like and then also like what you eat, what you breathe, all of that, and the products come with it. But I'm such a passionate person that like I always want to go with the purest and the deepest and the most complex things, like the real stuff, but it
Yeah.
doesn't translate to like the regular person. And that's like a challenge for me. And it's just how I am. Like I be thinking people think the same way, but they don't. And at 29, I'm still struggling with that. I feel like it what's normal to me may not be like to other people. Like people really just want to be entertained and keep doing certain things. But to go back to your question, so you know, like growing up, I was lucky to be around like family members, elders who you know, we always like made our food at home. My dad was also a farmer. He's like a passionate Aries man, like a man's man, like construction, everything, but farmer too. And like he would show me like plants and stuff, how to grow certain things, and I was really connected to nature from an early age. And like having my mom and like African roots just be around me, like Egyptian roots as well, like everything, you know, home remedies, etc., etc. But over the years, and like I grew up in North America, like it's a lot of toxic stuff here, right? Even though nature's there, but just lifestyle. It's unavoidable, like it's in everything. And I
Yeah.
had a lot of eczema, and I had a lot of things happening to me that were unexplained. Even though I used to be into sports and like dance, but yeah, so around like 16 to like 18, I started like, you know, feeling a certain way about my health and just having like being tired, stuff like that. And around like 18, 19, like I started doing research when it came to like stuff that is not good for you. And that's when I found out. And yeah, don't take everything I say like too serious. Like talk to your doctor because I don't want to be held responsible. But how like a lot of medication or aspirins, all these like simple things, even certain vaccines, like how like things, you know, that are super simple, how bad they are for you for real, like, and can cause headaches, stuff. So I stopped all of that. And I started healing myself with herbs, but like more seriously. Because before I just thought like, oh, I know a few things and those are stuff that like my parents do, but I got deeper into it. And so I started with like stopping meds and like healing myself with herbs, or like just having this lifestyle, like always going to the health food store, like
Mhm.
always just for any questions, this and that. And at the time, like I had eczema on my skin, and nothing would really help. So I changed my diet, I researched stuff, and I went on a journey alongside my like more spiritual journey as well. So that's kind of how like everything started slowly. And when I was a kid and a teen, I would make my products like for my hair, stuff like that, because a lot of this stuff for like ethnic hair is really toxic too. So I
Yeah.
would just make my own stuff. And I realized like you can make the same for your skin, you know? So I started like doing that. And as an Aquarius, like I love like experimenting with stuff.
The
Like
science.
I don't know if it's, yeah, I just love like learning and like herbs and chemistry and like just arts. I feel like it's all related. So I had no problem like doing recipes and stuff. So around like 20, 21 years old, I decided to like start sharing like some of these recipes with people, and um things that could help, because I wanted to help. I never seen it as a business really, and it took a long time before I even like put a price on my stuff and made it more legit, because I'm like underground, like I just I'm proud to say it, but like really I'm not someone that's like, oh, look at me, look at me. Even though someone might think that, like if you get to know me, you'll like just see something else. And
Yeah.
I would just want to help the people. Like if someone on the street spoke about like them having like eczema or pains and stuff, I would like literally stop them and like talk with them for an hour and like try to like free knowledge, you know?
Yeah.
Because I really
Which
care
is
and I don't want
beautiful.
anyone to suffer.
Yeah.
So that's how it started. And around 2021, I started like putting like making these deodorants that were really bomb and started selling them in like yoga studios and stuff like that. And now I have more stuff. I narrowed down. As at first I was like doing everything, but it wasn't sustainable for a business, like just doing too much. I had to realize like, you know, you said earlier your dreams need to involve people. They have to be big enough to involve people. And it's great, but I feel like my my dreams, like they're so big, and my visions that they need people. Like it's unavoidable. Like I need help. Like even us
Right.
growing our food, and it's not about people becoming um like super like, I don't know, like too
But that's
natural and
real.
all of that, because it scares people. So I'm like, you don't have to dress a certain way. Like that's fake. But
Yeah.
we, at the end of the day, like who's feeding us? Like what are the corporations that are feeding us? Like they own everything. Like we never signed up for this. Like, you know, like, or we did, but without knowing. But that's another topic. But like we
Yeah.
have to go back to that, you know. So yeah.
No, you said so many amazing points. Like I don't even know where to. I couldn't
Well,
even.
It's okay.
I'm not taking away from it at all. Yeah, that's something we could just sit with for a second. Like they do own everything, and I know we. I don't want to get into it all, but
Yeah.
that's why I'm just happy we're all doing our own thing and creating our own, like, I guess you could say establishments, empires. Like it's like that goes back to like the levels part. You know what I'm saying? You know, and realizing eventually you become the people you're looking up to. You know what I'm saying? So you got to have those proper mentors and people. And even when you were talking about like who's making our food or something, it made me think about like, it made me kind of think about that. Whose expectations are we living up to? Like, what are we feeding ourselves? Like on a spiritual dietary level, you know? Like I grew up, I had really terrible eczema. Like, man, I could still see, you
cool.
could still see like a lot of my flare ups and stuff. And I know too on a spiritual level, sometimes when I experience the flare ups, it could be a result of like I have acknowledged some deep truth that I cannot ignore in my body. And you were talking about that once, and it was a confirmation. But then sometimes it would come through attacks, and I didn't know spiritually. Okay, I'm being attacked right now, and it's like irritating me. So that I can protect myself. I can show up in some way. Kind of like we're talking about that baby. Like whatever your dream is or your project is, like you want to protect it because sometimes people will see like what it is you're developing, you're growing, and maybe kind of like be uh, it's like this one side of inspiration, and then there's like this other side where it turns into like the, I
Animosity.
don't want to say jelly vibes. I don't know how to explain it. Like I guess people get intimidated with the work that you do, with you knowing what you know. So it's important for you to like stay on your own thing, because then you could honestly truly become one of those people where you could bestow information and you're not like distorted in any way. You know what I'm saying? You're not like
Hmm.
doing it based on some accolade. You're doing this off of like life experiences. Like I seen this at this time and went through these transits, and this, like, this is my, that's a harder, I made it stamp, you official OG stamp. Like people see that. That's why I even like attracted to you. Like I'm in terms of like the work that you do and stuff, or even you, Millie. Like I like you. Your spirit's gonna go where you just flow. Like your spirit's gonna go where you feel like
So,
you can truly resonate. And so that's another cool way to know y'all made it, or you really in the jungle, or someone's really like fighting that good fight the same way you are, because you see that. Like you see how your dream is bigger than other people. You see those little connections you make. You can't fake that. Like you can't fake those little experiences that make you a big deal. You know what I'm
definitely.
saying? And I see that in both y'all, and I want to say like, y'all, your story is fucking crazy. I'm pretty sure you can go deeper. Like there was other things I want to go into, but we're kind of towards the end of this live, and now I
Yeah.
don't want it to end. So I'm gonna open the floor though for like an open discussion thing. That was the next part of this. I want to
Yeah.
ask the audience if y'all have specific, not the Pacific Ocean. If y'all have questions that you want to ask me and the lovely guests that we have here, and like really kind of dive deep, right? Dive deep into a deeper aspect of a part of the conversation we was talking about, or if there's something y'all want to suggest or tell us, this is like kind of that open floor moment. If y'all also want to come up here and say something, because I know Papa was trying to come up here earlier. Papa OG, make sure y'all check out his YouTube channel. Okay, another fellow tarot reader and artist out there in the community. So SG Universe.
Can I ask y'all a question?
Yes. Feel free to ask us questions.
So say you are in one of those ruts, you know what I'm saying, to where, you just been putting in that work, and you may not, you just feel like you're not getting too much of a return, or any case like that. What's something y'all like to do that that easily get y'all up out of that, or that add some progress to y'all getting up out of that?
Like the funk.
Yeah, I'm kind of like I'm trying to bring it to the combo. We have kind of just like like the funk of rut. Just you trying to figure it out. It may be a lot going on. You just you still, but you're on a mission. So what is it that y'all do that y'all like? Okay. I still know I got something going on. Let me go do this and see if that get me back on path.
Yum, you want to go first, or?
Yeah, I'll go first. I feel like it's a forever important question, and through the season, the answers may change for every one of us. So, like, I'm gonna just give you certain things that I do interchangeably, but it depends because I'm forever growing and changing, and you always meet new version of yourselves, and you're like, oh, I used to do this to deal with that, but it doesn't work anymore. You have to develop
Yeah.
new stuff. So for me, I guess it's still like maybe focus on another like endeavor. Like I know all of us have like different endeavors. Sometimes it's just taking a break. I know it sounds so like cliche, but like
real
resting
yeah,
is especially during the winter months. Like I live in Montreal, Canada. Like it's cold. Like you know what I mean? Like it's in the winter it's so cold, like I can't do nothing. Like for me it's hard, so I've been learning to like rest more, and that helped me. Like, and just accepting though, like accepting that you're in a funk, not because you want to be in a funk, but like yeah, like so I think I don't know if you guys can relate. Just to make it quick, do you feel like sometimes part of like you lives in like your spirit you is it's always like in a battle with the physical you, the spirit you, and the like your heart, your chi is always like so
the
invincible.
chi.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
always. And then your body's like, yo, like
My body. I mean,
we're
that's
the
like
3D,
the eczema for me. That used to come from that, and I didn't know. Like I had so much. Like I hit up Millie the other day when I was posting this, right? So I hit up you and I hit up Millie, and I was going hard posting this little or I say major promo thing, right? And I'm posting the reel, and I'm not noticing my like in that moment. I was like, wait, I'm a fire sign. Like I'm really coming crazy sometimes and not noticing that at all. But it's needed. Like I have to be myself, and I don't know. I don't want to
No,
like.
we love you. We love that,
That's a fact.
Leo.
I don't like it. I
Yeah,
don't
we
like it
love Leo.
sometimes.
I love it.
But you know what? Getting back to your question, Millie, I think like
It's okay.
for me, talking about fire energy and stuff, because if I'm in a funk, it feel like somebody throwing weird shit, or I'm putting weird shit in my own fire, and it's like, why am I like sitting there just smelling gas fueled nasty energy? Like why am I just allowing, like it's like putting something in the fire pit and just be like I can't. So showers, spiritual baths,
Showers.
go outside. I like as a Leo, you gotta go outside every single day, even if it's 5 minutes. Just sit there and be like, fuck life.
The sun.
Like I think that is something I naturally do, accept my funks, because I have a lot of Cancer placements. So it's like I just get like I'm really like a cuspy Leo. So it's like I just get like I'll be happy and then just get emotional. Like I'll post something and someone will be like, like you was like, I thought the event was today, or what's happening, just because of the energy I was in. So
It
like,
was me too, though.
I know, but still, it shows me that when I'm in a funk, or if I'm not in the best energy or mood, or how I like kind of pick myself out of that, it's always been like really just kind of. It reminds me of the work you do, y'all. I'm like just going back to the beginning, going back to my roots, doing those motherly things for myself. And y'all know I do
Yeah.
the child healing, so sometimes I'll just literally hold like it's almost like a room. The room is the container, that's the masculine energy. The feminine energy is like how you decide you want to create that room's world, right? So it's like my inner child will be me at that point. My inner parent, my inner father is the room. My inner mother is everything in it. If I want to get that vibe right, maybe so I'll make a song or whatever. I just let my inner child have that moment, like scream in the pillow, go fucking write a song, go write in your journal, like just do
Yeah.
something crazy. Like don't ever control the funk, because that there might be a song in there that might be like a deep experience that you need to go through, like the mountain climb. And sometimes when we run away from the funk, whatever you're avoiding, is just gonna keep showing up in your life.
Yeah. It's uncomfortable, but
But
you'll be past it.
you gotta look at it like I kind of look at it sometimes like sorry, I'll be talking a lot. Well, I'm not sorry,
No, it's fine.
but
That's why we here.
I'm finna let you up, Papa. I see you in there. I know besides like spiritual baths, going outside, I think really I didn't realize I've always done this, but fire breaths are really good for me. Like if I feel like I'm in a funk, whether someone put me in it or some energies was going, some friction, some fusion was happening, or it's like me, like I created this bullshit, like damn, why did I whatever transit hit me upside the head, like why did I do that? But yeah. I will just kind of do fire breaths. I don't know if y'all seen, I'll do like emotional tapping. I'll do like real weird shit that you're not typically taught in school. Aromatherapy, having that on deck all day, like just doing things that this all just making me think, y'all, I'm gonna buy a whole bunch of, I told you I'm gonna buy a whole bunch of products. Oh, that's why I was like, let me just hit you up when I'm
the same though. Like I got myself new oils yesterday. I was like, like it's just you never get enough of that stuff.
Yeah,
it's healing.
So basically, being like aware of all your senses and how you can, like a child, like soothe yourself and be like, all right, you're in a funk. I know you want to have a great day, so how am I going to get you out of this? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like raising your vibrations too, like and when you're happy, not like pleasure happy, but like truly like do stuff that make you happy, not just instant gratification, but rather like really from inside. You naturally will be raising your vibrations. So like for me, I be going like outside, or I just go drive around, like especially when it's colder. But the fact of like getting out, and especially when it's sunny, like I feel better when I come back. And if I can, I'll go work out.
Right. So vibe high and like be honest with yourself. Like I'm not in the mood, because sometimes that can add. That was about to make me go into a whole nother thing about being an artist, and you could add like be angry, be like, oh, you ever seen those crazy artists that's working on something, they all moody and shit? That's what makes everything. Like sometimes you gotta embrace I'm not in the best place in my life, or I'm in the funk, I'm in the mood, and that shit adds to your whole. You just giving yourself that acceptance space creates more room for you to be able to deal with all kind of other experiences in the future. But I'm gonna let Papa OG come up here.
Okay. Yeah.
Hey, what's up, fam?
Oh shit! Hold on. All right, so I look, bro. I fucking hate that how it's like that.
Oh
yeah.
It's like
you could switch that in the settings, bro. You could go to the settings and it's I think it's more than it say settings, and you can mirror it.
Oh, what the fuck! I got a big ass head. No.
Inner child on fire. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, hold on. You know, I'm a Scorpio. I gotta make sure my shit's straight. I gotta make shit straight. All right, come on. So hold on, because I want to put everyone on risk. You feel me? I want to put everyone on risk, and I want all of us to just like, you feel what I'm saying? Because I had a crazy ass dream last night. I had a dream about some snakes. You feel what I'm saying? Oh yeah, and I had an idea too. I wanted to freestyle, Millie. I wanted to do like a freestyle. You feel what I'm saying? Like anything that popped up. Because you feel me? Like you know what I'm saying? Yo, you already know. Hold on, bro. Hold on. Cause boom.
Yeah, so good, so good.
I know
It's
we
coming,
get so
man.
many
Yeah.
different points. That shit is crazy. Come on, do your thing. Take your time.
So boom. First off, how do you say your name? Is it? You said Jade?
Oh, Jade.
Jade.
Yeah.
Then why do you have a Y at the end?
Oh, JD. JDB.
JD.
Yeah, JDB.
Do you like better to be called Jade or JD?
Wait, what happened? Wait. Y'all know what the fuck? Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what happened. I thought you let me. I'm gonna drop the thing in there and then just join again, babe.
Yo, all right, come on, yo.
No, the energies is crazy right now. You're good, spiritual OG. All right.
Yeah.
I called you spiritual OG. I mean Papa OG. No, my name is JD. It's so crazy that you're talking about this because I kind of know where you're coming from, what space you're hitting from right now with it. But nah, JDB with a 3. You know what I'm saying? It took a long time to cultivate my name. Like,
oh, my bad. I gotta I need glasses, bro.
It's so silly. I love it. Okay, come on, bro. Be serious though.
All right. So wait, hold on. Did you just said that you know what space I'm coming from? So
Asking me about my name. Yeah, like what made you just? Well, I was gonna just. Oh,
boom. I checked Jake. You know what I'm saying? And then I rewinded it again just so I could double check, so I could have your name. Cause I don't be calling you by anything. I just be seeing you. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. Yeah. Well, I think also too, like for me, I don't really identify with any kind of any of my names. Like I'll be like, I'm the inner child here, I'm the Iman journey. Like I'm just me. Like that's what Yami was talking about being put in a box. Like I cannot be put in a box. I'm like one of those crazy wildflowers that she got her own special instructions on how she grow. But wait, I really feel okay. Wait, I think I have to remove you from there, and then now you could try. Y'all, I'm gonna try because I don't like this. Hold on, let me.
Yeah, because how did she get kicked off?
Like, I don't know how that just happened. That's weird. That's weird as fuck to me. Hold on, and it keeps popping up with her screen is blacked out. Wait, turn your camera on. It says you're in here.
I don't know what happened.
Papa, it might be because you up here. I'm not gonna lie.
Is there a 3-person limit? What the hell?
Yeah, I was finna say, is it a limit? I was about to ask.
It might be a 3-person limit. You know what? Damn, I was gonna say I'll get off, but then I was like, how am I gonna run the show?
No. I mean, no. Bro could take. He could take the support masculine energies. You know what I'm saying? I could.
No, stay.
Oh, there we go.
Right.
There we
go. I knew it wasn't her. I knew it. Nah, don't.
All right,
we're the glitch. We're the glitch, but shit be glitching out. Papa, ask your question or talk, bro. What do you want to add on to the combo?
Hey, let me just get this straight. You know what I'm saying? First, let me get what I should call you. Like, I want to.
JDB or Iman.
You said baby?
JDB. Iman.
Okay. I'm really. Come on. I'm not going to get too. You know what I'm saying? But JD, right?
Yes.
And then. Millie. Yeah. Hold on, because I can't. There's no names when I'm in here, so I gotta.
Millie.
I already know Millie. You know, I'm from New York, so like, you know what I'm saying. Millie,
salute, my boy.
Millie, yeah.
Salute. Yeah.
Oh, hold on, I gotta do it right hand. Yeah. All right, come on. You said, yo now? Nah, I don't want to.
Yumna, but you can't call me Yums.
Yums?
Mm-hmm.
All right, okay. Yums, JD, Millie. All right, cool. You know, I'm just Papa. You feel what I'm saying? Like, but my old, you feel what I'm saying? I can. I'm not gonna get to you. Okay, boom. Basically, I just want to come in and put myself at risk. I want to feel like I want to feel my skin burn from the inside just by me just expressing some shit. You feel what I'm saying? Cause like, bro, I'm tired, bro. I'm really tired. But hold on, I need to like, cause I can get at so many things right now that's gonna just like transmute other things, but it's not gonna get to my point. But I'm gonna just try to exclude those things and just go with the flow. So if I get kicked off on some, you know what I'm saying? Fuck it. But hey, come on, boom. Me, I had just basically just, bro. I just had like, bro. I literally, okay, boom, because I be fucking with pirates and shit. You feel what I'm saying? Like on some ancestral shit. I just thought about pirates and I was like, bro, ancestral pirates, yada yada yada. So you sound. So I'm gonna use like these metaphors so you can think about it. All of us have our own pirate ship and all that extra shit because we're all pirates and shit like that. You feel what I'm saying? So boom, I had threw some shit off my ship. You feel what I'm saying? Cargo. You already know, JD. You already know how that be. I threw some shit off the cargo off my ship because that shit was just collecting dust and shit like that. You feel what I'm saying? And then I had just like, I'm thinking about it now too though, because like excluding that aspect and just seeing how overnight, boom, I wake up this morning. You feel what I'm saying? I woke up on some grand rising type shit, and you already know how we ain't gonna be on no grand rising to each other type shit, because you know what I'm saying? But we could be, but like, you know what I'm saying? So boom, I'm like, how the fuck I wake up this morning and it's on some grand rising timing and like things is moving smooth, you feel what I'm saying? But then again, like excluding all that extra shit. But then boom, I double back to think about it in the past, how I was like, let's just say boom, I used to go like in the kitchen, right? And on my ship, right? And I used to have my cook like, you know, be a slave to me and cook my food for me, but like I would eat my food, you feel what I'm saying? Real politics, right? Real pirate talk politics. You feel what I'm saying? So boom, and while I was doing that, I was still walking the streets. You feel what I'm saying? I'm still walking with like high energy. Like everyone can still fuck with me as if like I was you know, you could put it. Yeah, I don't have to. You know what I'm saying? So boom. But now I'm just thinking like, bro, all that shit don't really matter, but it kind of do matter to just thyself. Cause really, like, if you just the type of person to really just like not really put yourself in the shoes where that you want to cook your own food, you feel what I'm saying? You're gonna be wasting your time trying to feed people or trying to have someone feed you some food that you're not even hungry to eat. But then when you do get hungry to eat, why do you keep on getting hungry to eat? Because me, I eat my food. You feel what I'm saying? I eat my food because, you know, I just ancestrally came back here with that shit to like start doing that shit, and that shit helped me out because I was like going through shit. You feel what I'm saying? Because you could not eat it, but you can cook your food. You can leave it and give it to your ancestors. Like you can give it to like a tree or some shit, right? That's what most people do. They don't really think to like eat the food. You feel what I'm saying? And especially
I guess you're saying like the fruits, like from just your personal experiences or your personal travelings and whatnot. Like people don't be taking all the fruits and the value from. You just went on like a whirlwind of metaphoric, epiphanic, like type of explanations with it. But I guess you're trying to say like when you on your journey or understanding like it's levels to this shit, kind of going back to the topic and stuff like that. Like just embrace the fruit that you got, like eat your, you know.
See, like
I don't know. You kind of lost me, bro. I'm not gonna lie with that. Like
y'all all get what I'm saying.
We get what you're saying, but it's like this is the space we be in when we be doing.
There's no point to prove. Like all that comparison energy. Oh boom, I'm trying to make it there. Oh boom, this shit ain't going this way. There's no point to prove, but you are the point that's just proving the point of you being real. So
like being yourself.
That's why I'm just thinking like, bro, because whenever like, bro, because I gotta use it. You know what I'm saying? I don't really have to use it, but
Papa, you gotta bring us back, bro. Everybody confused on what you're trying to say.
Everybody know what I'm talking about,
but everybody know what you're trying to say, but you gotta like transmute it.
Yeah, I'm gonna transmute it, but I gotta like, I gotta attack certain shit, bro. Because me personally, I really don't give a fuck whether or not I'm eating my cook's food or I'm letting somebody else on my shit and getting the feast from what my cook cooks in the kitchen. You feel what I'm saying? Because I went to a point.
Yo. I keep because I'm a metaphor dude too. You know what I'm saying? Like I get logical with it too. What's the food though? Like you know what I'm saying? Like what's the food?
The food is on. You ever seen You ever look at a tree and then just wonder why the tree never moves?
But it does though.
Fuck me up.
What you on?
Yo, cause like
Bruh.
we did. Okay, I'm not trying to control this. You feel what I'm saying? But I'm just giving my personal experience because
Okay, Papa, let me ask you a question.
All right, yeah, ask me some questions. You feel what I'm saying?
Because I think you tried to come in here and like take the space. You took the pirate spaceship, Club Panic Mango ship to like other seas. We not even there. We not there yet. Nah, let me ask my question.
All right, come on.
This is not Terraland. This is.
But I'm trying to say something that I can't really say like that.
I might help you say it. Let me ask the question, bro.
That so I can give you the history behind it, because I'm not going to give you the other history that is not like really that beneficial, no matter how you do it.
I gotta give you the question. So, and before I even get into the question, I was kind of talking about like the fruits and the food and shit, like, you know, kind of baby feed like when you answer the question, people, because you might be saying things right now that certain spirits understand what you're saying in this room, but it's probably a younger crowd or certain individuals that they not all at that same level of your intelligence, you know, when we're talking about certain shit with like Terraland. So just baby feed them. But my question is like, as we go back to the topic and you being Papa OG, okay, and you fucking doing your work and helping people on the tarot side of things and whatnot of that nature. From like what you heard so far, like everything we was talking about, like and whatnot, is there something you can add, or is there some part of the conversation that like really spoke true to you or made you be like, damn, like I made it even myself and maybe I don't realize it? Or is there some type of add-on value you can give to like maybe someone who could be watching your journey who may not even understand tarot or astrology or whatever, or they may be different, they may have like a different unique look or a different unique idea of approach about how they go about their business or their creative arts or something? Like, how can you give advice to them on, you know, being confident and being authentically you, letting your what do they say, your flag fly, like your inner child spirit just authentically be? Because sometimes I think a part of us not making it to the point we want to is that we will like allow peer pressures and allow people to look at our fruit, our whatever we're growing, whatever we're developing, and make it seem like it's not nothing or it's trash or that's too different ill. But it's like, I'm pretty sure the first people who found out what a mango was probably looked at that shit like real strange, and that mango actually happened to be something super dope, you know, to eat. So just talk about that, like baby feed them, kind of speak to them in a way that they gonna understand. Because I know what you're trying to say, but I'm like, this is not the same audience. That's the only thing. So I want them to receive you correctly for who you truly are, and not make up some bullshit in their mind around what they think, how they think you coming.
All right, bet. Basically, long story short, it's like Jones, she said something about pleasure, and I understand that part too. When you participating in happiness and not allowing, you know, instant gratification into the picture, when it comes down to allowing it to be like something that you're looking at, like, okay, then this is beautiful. I feel like that'd be the issue for most of, you know, I'm not gonna say the audience, but most of like the collective in a way. I'm not gonna bring tarot, but I'm just gonna I'm gonna say collective, because that's really like, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes we be putting ourselves in positions where we don't think what we have painted to be beautiful, when really like you just probably got like a nonchalant, like you just don't really care. Like you just grew up, like a simple example, you probably never really grew up and had a crush on someone, like in school. Maybe you probably only had like one crush, but you probably just never got that shit or some shit. And that kind of is like a metaphor in a way to bring back to reality right now. It's just that you probably just not someone that just really like you like a lot of things, but you don't really care to like those things. But you just satisfy yourself throughout the day to make yourself feel good. And it's like, that's what I'm trying to say. That's what you should be focusing on, and not focus on anything else. I'm very simple with it. Like, that you should just really focus on that, you know, because everyone plays it out in different philosophies. You feel what I'm saying? Really. That's really I can say most of the I was gonna bring that to give the truth, because like that's another thing too. When I'm speaking in things where like I have to say something, but I can't really say it like direct, because then I'm gonna fuck up my image. That's why that is my image, me saying it in that way. Because regardless of spirituality, tarot, whatever the fuck, everyone got intuition. It's just be the people that don't accept what they're intuitively getting and getting that fulfillment within their heart. Like, it's not butterflies, but it's like, oh shit, nah. Cause that's because they're resonating with it. Like, oh shit, you know, I should probably start this. Not saying that you gave them something to start, but I should start this. But then they kind of just throw it off of there and just be like, nah, like.
Well, yeah, I think that kind of goes back to what we were saying. And I'm gonna wrap this up soon because I know we probably got things we got to do and shit. But on some real shit, no, I think a part of like us cultivating our craft and whatnot, and like becoming OG masters is like those what they say, like those who have the eyes to see or the ears to hear. Y'all know what I'm trying to say, basically. Like, if you really tapped in on your vision, that's why I was talking about the tunnel vision mode. Like, you can kind of come to anybody, you know what I'm saying? But when you kind of step into your OG power and stuff like that, that's what you're kind of learning from those or other OGs or people before you. You know what I'm saying? It's like basically everybody's not gonna get like where are you coming from, but they see where you're going, and you just have to allow yourself to be authentically accepting of who you are, so you can connect with the people along your journey that you're meant to connect with. You know, sometimes we try to like put ourselves in a box, and that's what we talked about before, and kind of like cookie cutter our energy so that people will receive us. And that's not who we are as artists. That might not be who we were when we were growing up. We might have not been like the most, like, I know they tried to say I had like ADHD growing up. I'm like, no, I just have a lot of energy and I'm a fire sign. But you don't get to say that as a child or whatever. So just to like hold strong to your point, I just want to say, like, I feel you what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? It's like I gotta stop saying you know what I'm saying. It's because people don't always know, and that's what I was getting at. People don't always know, and you have to break that. You have to break that down, but you can't like you can't force the food either. You can't force someone to receive you. You can't force someone, like, that's like having someone who's above you or into something. And
not to cut you off, but just to point it to this other thing, you just got to be appreciative to even be able to come outside and put your produce, put your food on a stand.
Yeah, like you have to be, that's what I'm saying. You have to be like willing enough to put yourself out there. But at the same time, sometimes like I think we don't do that because we either come from people who want to force us to put us in like that, how they want us to package it up and whatever, or we just also don't understand the package and like the gem that we are, what it is that we have to offer fully. So that's the importance of having like people who are done things that you haven't done before, like learning from them, so then it can teach you how to give to people in such a way where they can really receive you. And like if you don't stay on that journey, like I was talking about before, of like figuring out your mountains and the peaks you must climb and your God curriculum, you won't be able to know how to fully present yourself and be like, this is my package, this is my product, this is my song, you know, so it can be clearly received. So
you know what I mean? Because like when you have said that, you know, I get what you're saying too, but because bro, I'm just you know what I'm saying, I'm finna come in this bit raw, you feel what I'm saying? And I don't even like, you know, stacking forward. You know what I'm saying? Stacking crack. You know what I'm saying? You already know, Millie. And you already know, you know what I'm saying? And you already know, you know what I'm saying? But boom. You can connect with anybody. If it really, like, bro, you can connect with anybody, bro. You can really connect with anybody. You have all power. You can connect with anybody. You feel what I'm saying? It is simply the fact that you don't want to be connected with people. Not like that, but you don't want to allow someone to look at your, bro. You don't want to allow people to look at your fruits and be like, oh shit, that's some good ass fruit. Let me get some. Because now you looking at it like, oh shit, you overthink. Because beforehand, you was going through overthinking to even come outside, to even bring your fruits out, to even have it on the stand. And when you had gotten to that point, to be like, all right, you know what, I'm going to gain the strength. I'm going to get the courage. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to put that shit right. What the fuck? My bad.
We're about to wrap this up in like right after whatever you say last.
Basically, long story short, bro, when you get to that point, all right, boom, that's already there. You just gotta put into the picture that all that overthinking about what a person may be thinking, what a person's intentions, all that extra shit don't fucking matter. Because you can connect with anybody. You can literally connect with anybody. If y'all really wanted to right now, y'all can end this right now. And y'all can go outside. Y'all can go on any social media. Y'all can go post anything. Something that you already know that somebody gonna fuck with, or someone's gonna feel antagonized by it. But that's just really what you should be doing, bro. Like you should be doing that. That's the roots. Like, you know what I'm saying?
No, I get what you're saying. Like, we should already feel like confident enough to just put ourselves out here. But that's what we was talking about. Like, even Millie, you was going into it. Like, certain environments, if like you're like a flower,
put it all out.
and
Just
you're
put it
meant to,
all out. Just put it all out. Just put it all
yeah,
out.
pull it all out. But just going back to what I was trying to say, like, if you don't sometimes have that proper environment that wants to, like, even when I was talking about the container and the
put it
if you
all
don't have,
out. Put it all out. And when a motherfucker comes to you, you can accept or decline. That's simply all you need to know.
right.
Most people,
But
they don't be clicking decline sometimes.
yeah, but I'm gonna wrap this up, and I'm just gonna say, like,
Simple. Yeah. Why do this? This is an interesting little realm right here. I like it. But I'm gonna let you do you. You know.
All right. So basically, I hope that you guys enjoyed this live stream. This is really dope. If anyone has any other questions, please go ahead and feel free to ask your questions. Papa, I'm going to take you off here now just to give the ending off. Thank you so much for having us. For joining us. And yeah, that was cool. That was a lot. You know what I'm saying? Because let me stop saying that. I think what I was basically finishing off trying to explain is that sometimes when you don't have the right environment, you don't have the right container and whatnot, or you don't even know how to really contain your energy, like we were also even talking about in terms of like the funk, the moods that we could be in and whatnot. And that's kind of like feminine energy. We won't know how to, I guess it's like looking at the requirements for your plant. We won't know how to like attune to what are our needs and our wants for us to make it. And if we don't have the right environment, it also can damage us. It can poison us. It can put unnecessary things inside of us, like we were talking about with the corporations and stuff, which can result in us not fully blossoming and showing off who we are, not fully making it and feeling it and knowing that in our body, and then acting out and doing things that don't resonate with our spirit just so we can feel validated, whether it's through some material possession or whatever. So I think it's really important, if you guys do have a craft, a skill, a product, something that you want to put out there in the world, like I was talking about before, like protect it like it's a child. Don't let the world come tell you about yourself. There's going to be OG mama bears, papa bears out there. It's like, look, child, I got this mission. I was out here 20 years. And you can take value from them, and you can be like, oh yeah, I see how you align certain things for yourself. Let me take the gems. And as you're cultivating and caring for that baby, that child, that product and goal, be able to look and see who's kind of trying to grow into themselves and fully accept themselves and make it on whatever level they're making it out of, and realize that you don't even always have to like put yourself in a situation where you feel like you got to save someone or like pick them up. Like sometimes you can literally just be yourself, and somebody will ask you a question. Somebody will resonate with something and tell you something. Someone.
Oop.
Oh nah, this is a show too.
What happened?
Damn, Iman. Yo, Yams.
What
We gotta
happened?
hold it. We gotta hold it down. So
Okay.
was there any closing words you wanted to let off?
Damn.
I could go. You know what I'm saying? Like I appreciate
You
Iman.
go
Hopefully,
first. You go
yeah, no
first.
doubt. Hopefully she could get back in here for it. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? But I appreciate Iman for bringing us on. You know what I'm saying? Having a cool conversation, and with us having this conversation, it made me realize some certain things, gave me certain reminders and all that. So I appreciate Iman. I appreciate my Aquarius, y'all's in the building. Also, expanding. I'm glad, we got to expand our mind on a little different frequency today. You know what I'm saying? Word. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's really it.
Oh, okay. Same. Glad we had this talk. Thank you, Iman, for bringing us on this panel. It was really
Yeah.
nice. I feel honored. Same, likewise. I got all these reminders from you guys and from myself.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
I guess thank you for everyone who tuned in the chats
Join
that we
all the
probably
chats. Yeah.
didn't get to see. I'm sure the live stream will be on YouTube after.
Available for playback.
Yes, yeah, for
Yes. Yes.
playback.
Yes.
Yeah, and thank you,
Indeed.
Millie.
For sure. Nah.
Yeah.
Thank y'all again. Like you said. Um. I was saying Iman Journey, but I think this is a Club Titanic Mango. So I
Yeah.
want to shout out Club Titanic Mango. You know what I'm saying, for getting, for sharing a platform with me, us. You know what I mean, like she said, appreciate everybody in the chat, everybody that was, giving their questions, input, and just in the building showing love. Just sharing the positive, nice energy we had going on today. You feel me? But I'm just trying to talk enough to her she
Yeah,
can get
okay.
back up
Shout
there, but
out
I'm
to
gonna
the
I'm gonna run
Mango
it back.
Talk. Shout out to the Mango Talk. Sogu.
Iman, we waiting for you. Where you at?
Yeah, we were
Where you at?
but
Where you at? Oh yeah.
I don't know if she can come back if she started the like, you know what I mean?
Wait.
Like,
Look,
is this
look.
still even happening? I don't
Nah,
know.
this is. I'm gonna tap in with bro. Okay,
What's
so what you think we should do?
her
Should we
phone
like go to
died.
join?
Okay, well, if her phone,
Okay,
I don't
boom,
know.
yeah.
Well,
We
okay, let's
yeah.
give her go follow JDB on Instagram.
Yeah.
The Mango Talk, Titanic Mango, right?
Club
Because
Titanic, yeah.
I know
Club
it as the
Titanic
Mango Talk.
Mango. The U is a V, so it's CLVB Titanic Mango. You know what I'm saying? I think her IG is the Iman Journey, if I'm not
Yes, the
mistaken. You know what I'm
Iman
saying?
Journey. Mm-hmm.
Feel me? That's this platform. Young Moms, let your socials go, and then
Yeah, you can
we out.
follow
Oh,
me.
look, we did it.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, okay,
Good.
cool. We could
Okay,
end it
I'm back.
properly.
I don't know what happened. I feel
It's
like
okay.
they tried to take me out, man. What the
Don't
fuck?
even trip. We back stronger.
Yeah, we were giving out our socials and saying thank you and shouting out Mango Talk, saying thank you and wondering, if you were gonna come back, but
You was good.
I'm happy.
Yeah.
New Ray, I saw you have a question. Did y'all answer that one? That was my only thing.
I didn't see the question.
I didn't even see it.
Oh, I wanted to make sure that got answered. It's like my phone died. I should have plugged it in.
Yeah, you could pull it back up. We can answer it before we get out of
Oh, okay. I can see everything else. You said, what techniques do you guys use to let go of things that doesn't resonate with your spirits? That's a good ass question. That's the final point that we can end off. I'm sorry if this
I don't know if I want to share.
took up too much of y'all time. If y'all had other things y'all had to do, I know I wasn't expecting it to be this long, so I also want to say that as well.
So I would say, like, once again, I don't know if you were here at the beginning of the live stream, but just know thyself and keep working on yourself and on your spiritual self constantly, daily. So you remain like in a higher self, in a higher version of yourself, right? That way, and also like knowing what you're about, that way whenever something that doesn't mesh with you, click with you, resonate and aligns with you, it will be more noticeable, and you can literally just I would say, like, just talk to yourself, like, and don't feel bad for putting boundaries. It's okay to have boundaries and be like, this doesn't serve my journey, it doesn't align with my journey and where I'm trying to go. That's what I would really do. And like the art of saying no, sometimes we want to say yes to everything, and some of these things may be damaging to our spirits. Even like going to a party, like, what am I gonna do at that party? Maybe like no one there likes me already, or like maybe people that
like,
things
you can
like
feel
that.
that energy. Don't ignore that.
Yeah, exactly.
That
That's what I'm trying to say.
you can feel it in your body, right? You spot on, y'all know. You getting us into your products and your work as well. The way you said that, like
Yeah,
you can feel it. Like you can feel when something just feels off. So don't. I would say that too. I would add to that and just say really try not to go against your spirit and like I'm the Imandra,
like
you know what I'm saying? JDB or whatever. Like, don't Jade means like protection and love and shit. Like, make sure you just really shout out to Till Swan. She asked this question like, what would a person who loves themselves do? That's what I do. Like when it's time for me to let something go, that doesn't resonate, I just ask myself that question, or I just kind of be realistic. Like, okay, this is like a weight, you know, we're talking about ships and spirituality and relationships and stuff. I really try to look at it like, okay, if this is a weight, what am I trying to go down where that weight is going, or am I really trying to get to where the whole map, like where I said I wanted to end off in this goal or this season. So sometimes I'll have like things planned out. Like I don't know if y'all saw, like I'll be always having like books and shit. I'm super mental, like I'm super mental. So even though I'm a fire sign, it's weird. So I would say like having things written out and being honest with yourself, like this doesn't fit the lifestyle that I'm trying to create for myself. This doesn't fit the vision that I have created for myself. Like I'll throw away clothes that don't resonate with my spirit and who I really feel like I am. So be willing to like
that's
not
what.
hold on to
Yeah,
anything.
yeah, that's a fact. That's what I was going. That's where I was heading with it too. I would say like really cleaning the external space. You know what I'm saying, to represent what it is that I'm trying to cut loose from. You know what I'm saying. So like. Like getting rid of clothes, you know what I mean? Clean, making sure shit is clean. Getting rid, it might be some junk cleaning the car. You know what I'm saying? Doing like just doing things that will mimic that's mimicking what I'm trying to do mentally. You know what I'm saying? If I'm trying to clean out something
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna try to, like I don't want to get too specific, but you get what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? If I'm trying to
Yeah.
clean out something, it's like, all right, boom, let me represent that physically by, partaking in this activity, you know what I mean? Cleaning this or doing that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like also
Yeah.
like cleaning your space, your room.
No cap.
Yeah, and also like cleaning your diet and what you consume, like what do you watch, what do you read, what do you talk about? Like, when you speak, um it's like you're affirming things, sometimes like
Yeah.
I'm not perfect, but
Yeah. I'm not perfect.
yeah, but you be sometimes that's why I said the power into saying no. Like you
Right.
be affirming stuff. Like what type do you gossip? Stuff like that. Like that will
Right.
help you come
Dead
back
ass.
aligned. And like if you're maybe a drinker and drinking hasn't been helping you, like maybe cut it down or stop for a while. Like too much weed, too much this, too much that,
That
it
why
it, it yeah, it kind of puts a bit of shade on your spirit, like when it's too
yeah.
much.
When it's too much, yeah. So
No cap.
I definitely would agree. For me too, when we talk about eczema, like I noticed it just I don't at first I was trying to do vegan and I tried to like I call it you try to transition too fast, then you see those people who go right back to what it is. So it's like I'm slowly pacing myself and doing stuff. So I would agree like the food thing, listening to your body, that's really like
No cap.
where it's at because you'll feel it. Like when we talk about ancestors and shit, that shit is like you are your ancestors. So just ask yourself like even I have scoliosis, so y'all probably saw me like doing all kind of that's me like managing my back. Like all right, I have an S curve. Let me make sure I'm sitting this way. Let me make sure I'm breathing.
Hmm.
So do the little things for you too. Like sometimes a part of letting go stuff is like letting go of traditional ways of thinking and products and belief systems, and you got to create your own rhythm so you can stay on your own journey, you know what I'm saying, like your own toolbox or whatever things that help you along the way. But I
Absolutely.
feel like that's um I feel like that is the hit on the nail ending. I don't know if you guys have any other words of wisdom that y'all want to like bestow upon us. It would be a privilege and an honor, but otherwise, it still was an amazing experience to have y'all here, and I'm just grateful. I want to say thank you, seriously, to both of y'all. Like,
Shit.
Thank you to
Thank
you as
Yeah,
well.
that's a fact. That's a fact. Thank you. I appreciate you letting us know, you know what I'm saying? And giving us little reminders throughout, you know what I'm saying? Now, all y'all retain y'all power. You know what I'm
yes,
saying? Keep
same.
that shit going. Peace and power. You know what I mean? All that good shit.
I feel like we went up a mount. Like, I feel like we got to another peak just doing this live. Like, I feel like I was struggling. Then the live went off. I'm like, oh, like when your arm you see on the TV, and they're like about to fall off the mountain. It's like, don't stop. Also, that was
Yeah.
my word of wisdom.
For sure, yeah. You know, teamwork make the dream work. Yams grabbed. She had one arm. I grabbed the other one. Like, yo, we
Yeah.
back. You
Get
know
your
what I'm
ass
saying?
up
You
Yeah.
gave yourself the lunge.
That's
We was
true.
back, and we back here. You feel me? Yeah.
Sometimes a part of making it, I said this in previous lives, is just y'all like get with people that you can split the fare with there, because there will be no jealousy, there will be
Yeah.
no hate, there'll be no miscellaneous agendas, manipulation, any type of bias, no
Pure.
confusion, because y'all are all very focused on the direction y'all trying to go in. So get that team, get that crew around you that's going to support you and help you make it as well, because it's all the same. When you make it, they make it. So yeah, thanks y'all.
Thank you, guys.
Peace out. Yeah.
Bye.
Beautiful. Bye. I love
It
y'all.
was a pleasure.
It was
Peace
an
out. Have a good day.
honor.
It was an honor. Yeah.
Yeah.
Indeed.
All right. See y'all guys.
Bye.
Bye. See y'all in the next show on Mango Talk.